Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia and this is TransurfingTV. And today my video is on a classic law of attraction saying that I have seen a number of times recently, and I just can't help but to want to fill in the blank spots, because reality transurfing, I think, is much more comprehensive than the law of attraction, especially when it comes to the commercial side of law of attraction. And I have a little formula that I am going to present to you, which is a law of attraction saying ask, believe, receive, with the holes filled in via reality transurfing. Before I get started though, remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me to enter my daily giveaway for some of my reprogramming stickers. So with that, I will get into it. What is the saying? Ask, believe, receive. I mean, this sounds great, right? So why isn't the law of attraction working for more people? I mean, a lot of law of attraction people end up finding their way to reality transurfing because I think that they just haven't seen the results. And reality transurfing, again, is much more comprehensive than the law of attraction and less ambiguous, in my opinion, and a little bit more like sciencey and more factual type stuff and things that really make sense and are easy to grasp. So I am going to break down this statement, ask, believe, receive. First, we will get to the ask. Ask who exactly, right? If law of attraction is saying ask, who do you ask? The universe. Okay, well, reality transurfing helps us to break down what is the universe exactly. It's the alternative space, which is a little more broad than just the universe. The alternative space contains everything. It's a vast, infinite informational field that really puts you in contact with absolutely anything you want to be, have, or do, and a more profound connection with this space is going to help you to feel like when you ask for something that you aren't just sending off a hope or a wish into the universe. You are actually doing a deal or having a partner with you or some other entity, outer intention, God, however you want to look at it, is going to assist you through this space. So rather than you just shooting something off into the universe, make a very profound connection with the alternative space, and you will feel like when you ask, your world shows up for you for your intention. Can you see that up there? So that gets me to my second point. Don't ask. Let's forget about asking. Asking is kind of silly, actually, if you think about it, because you would be asking like when you were a kid, right? Asking your mom for a piece of candy. It's up to her then to give you the piece of candy. You're asking for it. So instead of asking, intend, right? This is what reality transurfing teaches us. The most powerful way from point A to point B is to intend something. Don't ask, don't wish, don't hope, intend. So instead of asking, intend to the alternative space. The alternative space shows up as your partner, and this whole thing, I guess we can just say that we kind of got that one out of the way. So the next is believe. Okay, now again, believe is kind of ambiguous in nature. It's like, okay, I believe that something's going to happen for me. Instead of believing, visualize, right? Do your visualization, whatever that is. It can be activating your plate. It can be playing your slide. Again, as a slide is you living as though you are already having, being, or doing the thing that you intend. So instead of just shooting off a belief that you will connect with what it is you intend to have, visualize it. Live through your slide. Make that belief come to fruition, materialize by living with it before, living as though you have it before you actually have it. Also, one of the most brilliant aspects of reality transurfing is the ideas that importance and excess potential keep us from what it is we intend to have. So it's fine to play your slide and visualize and do all the things, but fulfill all the requirements that you need to fulfill in the transurfing modality to materialize or create whatever it is you want to be, have, or do. But if you have importance or excess potential about having the thing, you are going to actually make your time more challenging in achieving or having or doing the thing that you intend. So keep your importance levels in check, right? Don't invite balancing forces in via excess potential because you believe you are going to have that $1 million so hard that if you don't get it, you are going to be disappointed and fall through that emotional space that we create when our importance levels are too high, our emotions are imbalanced, and we set ourselves up for disappointment and also, again, more challenges on our way from point A to point B. So instead of just believing, visualize, and at the same time, be aware of your importance levels and your excess potential. So now we get to the receive, and this is my favorite part because this part is the part that I have been the most challenged with in my life. And this is the part that reality transurfing really helped me to get over. So instead of like just thinking, oh, I'm gonna receive, first you have to acknowledge that you are worthy of this thing. So not unless you acknowledge you are worthy. Because lots of people are like, okay, well, I'm open, I want to receive the $1 million, but they don't actually feel that they're worthy of the $1 million. Vadim Zeland, especially the 78 Days of Practical Transurfing, teaches us a lot about feeling as though we are in a space that we do have the ability to have if we let ourselves. But oftentimes it is our feelings of not being worthy of the thing that keeps us from receiving it. So you aren't going to receive anything unless you feel it is for you and you are worthy and you are fulfilling the other requirements, honestly feeling like you are worthy of having that thing. So lots of people get messed up here and the receive never happens because there are energetic buffers, if you will, in between the person with the intention and the actual thing. I struggled with this for years, and anytime I would start to feel like something good was coming in my direction, let's just say more money or a better romantic partner, I would feel like something wasn't right, something was wrong, this thing isn't meant for people like me, and that thing will just flow right past you and not stop and ask you to reconsider. So I know this is a little bit challenging because it's like, okay, well, how do I acknowledge that I'm worthy? Well, acknowledging that you're worthy, really, what it really boils down to is acting as though you are already that person that obtains that thing. So if you're constantly complaining about not having money and that other people have money and you don't, and why is it so easy for other people and not me, this is a classic barrier that is going to get in between your intention and you receiving what it is that you want. The other thing is frequency. This is a big one. You are not going to attract into your world what it is that you intend to be, have, or do if your frequency does not match the frequency of someone that has that thing or the thing itself. This is why the slides that slides work, or the visualization process works, is because when you visualize, when you live through that slide is comprised of the stuff that you want, and you're feeling it in that moment of playing the slide. This is you resonating at that frequency. So when you resonate at that frequency, you are not going to get yourself into a position where that thing just flows right past you, right? I've seen lots and lots and lots of people mess up by doing all this stuff, yet their frequency does not match the frequency of someone that has $1 million, somebody that has a thriving romantic relationship, someone that has adventure in their life, right? If you are wanting more adventure in your life, yet your frequency is resonating at, well, I've got to do the 9 to 5 and there are no other options for me, then you are not going to pull that stuff into your reality, onto your life track, that is going to accumulate and create that actual intention. So it's your frequency that is going to draw in material, information, opportunity that is in line with your intention, and then it starts to materialize. But if your frequency does not match, it will not in fact materialize. So what do you think of my ask, believe, receive breakdown? Does it seem like it makes sense, everybody? I know it's quite a, this is quite a bunch of words here, but I feel that if you can wrap your head around, and this is exactly what I've done, the positive connection with the alternative space, setting my intentions, visualizing, maintaining importance and excess potential levels, continuing to resonate at the frequency of my intention, and then acknowledging that I'm worthy, it's actually a pretty easy equation. So comment, ask questions, let me know your thoughts. Remember to like this video if you do in fact like it, and comment "My world is taking care of me" to enter my giveaway. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye guys.